No pop. Let's go half choke. Let's see if the plug's wet. I'm kind of curious if I'm not pulling fuel up.
Hey y'all, this is just a short segment of the video right here. Hope y'all enjoy it, and please consider subscribing.
Well, the plug's not wet. Let's try it again. Yep, she is not pumping, or not pulling enough fuel for some reason. So the impulse port is not blocked. Alright, let's just put a vacuum on this thing real quick. Yep, that works. Let's see if any fuel starts coming up. Oh yeah. Okay. So what I would think, and you can do this any kind of vacuum gauge, if you've got something plugged in there, I would expect to see that needle bouncing when I pull this. Oh yeah. She's easily swinging a couple of pounds each direction. So it's receiving the impulse signal, at least up to the carburetor. Let's see if the carburetor can hold 10 pounds of pressure. It cannot. Yep, we are leaking right there. Right at that barb. Y'all see it? Same barb I was concerned about. Alright. Alright, let's see. Does it hold pressure now? Yep. Y'all see that? So it's not the needle and seat. It wasn't a bad carb rebuild. It was the infamous L. Hopefully y'all followed what I was doing there, right? I put fuel into it, started right up. That tells me that my spark, my compression, my timing, all of that was correct, right? For the most part. Then we looked at, was there a restriction on the fuel line, right? I pulled just a small amount of vacuum, it pulled it right up. I used that clear hose so that I don't put fuel into my diaphragms here. You know, I mean, I stopped it before it reached here. So we knew that there wasn't a restriction here. So then I checked, okay, well, am I getting an impulse signal out of here? So I just stick a vacuum pressure gauge on there. I just use something like this, but just put a little needle right there at that small hole right there and just give it a pull, and you should see it fluctuating back and forth, which is the impulse hole directly below the piston. As that piston moves up and down, it creates a vacuum and a pressure. That's what drives the fuel pump on this. So that's when I put the pressure gauge on here, which I should have done during the rebuild, by the way. Put the pressure on here, and I should have been able to hold 10 pounds of pressure coming into the carburetor, telling you that the needle and seat are sealed off and that all your gaskets are good inside the carburetor. That's where it failed. So then I start troubleshooting that part of it. Just so happened that this same piece that I was concerned about when we did the rebuild, said, hey, don't move this thing. Yeah, it ended up having a crack in it. And I don't know if it was the ultrasonic, if it was just age, if it was the fact that we, moved it, whatever. But anyway, that ended up being the culprit. So, and you can see this right here will cause it not to pull enough fuel, and this alone will make it run lean. So, let's see if we can make this connect to that fuel line without kinking anything. Let's see. Yeah, I think we might have figured it out. So let's take it back outside. We're gonna have to pull enough pulls to get the fuel back up the line and in, but I think after, I don't know, a handful of pulls, this thing should pop off. So choke's on. I'm already in fast idle. If we can make it pop, then we'll move it to half choke. There it goes. I heard it roll. I don't know if y'all did. It was very, very subtle.